Hi friends, it is familiar that a complex number is a number that can be expressed in the form a plus bi, where a and b are real numbers. I is a solution of the equation x square is equal to minus 1. Cubic equations were the real reason for the development of complex numbers. The cubic equation x cube is equal to px plus q represents intersection of the curve y is equal to x cube and the line y is equal to px plus q. That is, y is equal to x cube, y is equal to px plus q. Since the image of y is equal to x cube is the entire real line, it is certain that the line y is equal to px plus q intersects the curve. So, geometrically we can expect a real solution for the above cubic equation. The works of Italian Renaissance mathematicians Del Ferro and Tartaglia, followed by Cardano, showed that x cube is equal to px plus q has a solution given by x is equal to cube root of q by 2 plus square root of q square by 4 minus p cube by 27 minus cube root of minus q by 2 plus square root of q square by 4 minus p cube by 27. This formula is relevant even today. After the discovery of this formula, Italian mathematician Bombelli considered the equation x cube is equal to x cube is equal to 15x plus 4. Substituting p is equal to 15 and q is equal to 4 in the formula, we obtained x is equal to cube root of 2 plus square root of minus 121 minus cube root of minus 2 plus square root of minus 121. That is, x is equal to cube root of 2 plus square root of minus 121 plus square root of 2 minus square root of minus 121. The above requires a way to obtain square root of the negative number 121. By a wild thought, Bombelli discovered that cube root of 2 plus square root of minus 121 is equal to, which is equal to 2 plus square root of minus 1, and cube root of 2 minus square root of 121 is equal to 2 minus square root of minus 1. And substituting these values, obtain the solution x is equal to 4. In the above, square root of minus 1 is not a real number. It is a complex number usually denoted by I. In order to justify the work done by Bombelli, we proceed as follows. We use the identity a plus b whole cube is equal to a plus b whole cube is equal to a cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square plus b cube, and assume the rules square root of minus 1 into square root of minus 1 is equal to square root of minus 1 square, which is equal to minus 1, and square root of minus 1 into square root of minus 1 into square root of minus 1 is equal to minus 1 into square root of minus 1. It can be seen that 2 plus square root of minus 1, we can write 2 plus square root of minus 1 whole cube is equal to 2 plus square root of minus 121, and 2 minus square root of minus 1 whole cube is equal to 2 minus square root of minus 121. Bombilli's discovery of using square root of minus 1 is considered the birth of complex numbers and also that of complex analysis. It showed that perfectly real problems require complex arithmetic for their solution. Now, definition for complex numbers. Complex numbers are defined as ordered pairs AB of real numbers that are to be interpreted as points in the plane called complex plane with rectangular coordinates A and B. That is, AB. We will see later in this session that a complex number AB can be written in the form A plus BI, where A and B are real numbers, I is a square root of minus 1. The set of complex numbers is denoted by C, and the members of C are of the form Z is equal to AB. Two complex numbers, that is Z1 is equal to AB and Z2 is equal to CD, are said to be equal Z1 is equal to AB, Z2 is equal to CD, are said to be equal whenever A is equal to C and B is equal to D. Now we discuss field axioms of C. We now describe algebraic properties of C and show that C is not merely a set but a field. On the set C of complex numbers, we define two binary operations denoted by plus and dot called addition and multiplication as follows. For AB and CD be members of C, addition AB plus CD is equal to A plus C, B plus D. Now multiplication. AB dot CD is equal to AC minus BD AD plus BC. Let AB, CD and EF be members of C. The addition and multiplication operations satisfy the following properties. Under addition, first property, commutative property of addition. That is, AB plus CD is equal to CD plus AB. Second one, associative property. That is AB plus CD plus EF is equal to AB plus CD plus EF. Third one, existence of zero element. That is, there exists an element 0, 0 such that AB plus 0, 0 is equal to AB, which is again equal to 0, 0 plus AB. Fourth one is existence of an negative element. That is, for each AB in C, there exists an element minus A minus B in C such that AB plus minus A minus B is equal to 0, 0, which is equal to minus A minus B plus AB, where minus A minus B is the additive inverse or say negative of AB. Next we have multiplication. First property is again commutative property of multiplication, that is AB into CD is equal to CD into AB. First one is commutativity. Second one, again associative property of multiplication. That is AB into CD into EF is equal to AB into CD into EF. Next, we have multiplicative identity. That is the third axiom, multiplicative identity. That is, there exists an element 1, 0 in C such that AB into 1, 0 is equal to AB, which is equal to 1, 0 into AB. Next we have fourth one, existence of inverse. That is, to define the multiplicative inverse of any non-zero AB, we set AB into xy is equal to 1, 0, which by the definition of multiplication give ax minus by ay plus bx is equal to 1, 0, and the above is equivalent to the following system of equations: ax minus by is equal to 1, ay plus bx is equal to 0. That is, ax minus by is equal to 1 and ay plus bx is equal to 0. We rewrite the second equation in such a way that the above system becomes ax minus by is equal to 1 and bx plus ay is equal to 0. This is a system of two equations in two unknowns. This is a consistent system since the determinant of the coefficient metric is given by, its determinant is given by determinant A minus B, B A, which is equal to A square plus B square, which is not equal to 0. For if this is 0, then both A square and B square must be 0. So, complex numbers be the 0 element AB is equal to 0, 0, a contradiction. Solving for x and y, the above system of equation gives x is equal to, we have x is equal to A by A square plus B square, and we have y is equal to minus B by A square plus B square. Thus, a by a square plus b square minus b by a square plus b square is the inverse of the element ab, that is a by a square plus b square minus b by a square plus b square is the inverse of ab. Next we have distributive property of multiplication over addition. Last one is distributive property. For all a, b, c, d, e, f in C, ab into cd plus ef is equal to ab into cd plus ab into ef, and also cd plus ef into ab is equal to cd into ab plus ef into ab. So far discussed are the properties required for an algebraic system to be a field. Hence, C is a field. Next, set of complex numbers includes real numbers. Suppose now that we associate complex numbers of the form a0 with the corresponding real number a, that is a0 corresponds to a. It follows that a10 plus a20 is equal to a1 plus a20 corresponds to a1 plus a2, that is a10 plus a20 is equal to a1 plus a20. This corresponds to a1 plus a2. That is a1 plus a20 corresponds to a1 plus a2, and that a10 a20 is equal to a1 a20 corresponds to a1 a2. That is a1 a20 corresponds to a1 a2. Thus, the correspondence between a0 and a preserves all arithmetic operations, and there can be no confusion in replacing a0 by a. In that sense, we say that the set of complex numbers of the form a0 is isomorphic with the set of real numbers, that is a0 isomorphic to real numbers, and we will no longer distinguish between them. If we identify the pair a0 with the real number a, then the set of complex numbers includes the real numbers as a subset. Complex numbers of the form 0b are called pure imaginary numbers. For z is equal to ab, the real number a and b are known as real and imaginary part of z respectively, and we write, that is z is equal to ab, we write real part of z is equal to a and imaginary part of z is equal to b. Square root of -1 as a complex number. By the definition of multiplication of complex numbers, that is 0 1 into 0 1, 0 1 into 0 1 is equal to 0 into 0 minus 1 into 1, comma 0 into 1 plus 1 into 0. This we get as -1 0. This is correspond to -1. Since the complex number -1 0 is treated as a real number -1, from the last equation we have 0 1 into 0 1 is equal to -1, that is 0 1 into 0 1 is equal to -1. It follows from this that 0 1, that is 0 1 is a square root of -1, and 0 1 we denote it by I. Thus 0 1 into 0 1 is equal to -1 gives I square is equal to -1, that is I square is equal to -1. Now we are going to justify that it is possible to write AB as A plus IB. That is, since I square is equal to minus 1 and minus I square is equal to minus 1 square into I square, which is equal to minus 1. There are two square roots for the complex number minus 1. By the definition of addition of complex numbers, A0 plus B0, A0 plus 0B is equal to A plus 0, 0 plus B, which is equal to AB. And by the definition of multiplication of complex numbers, 0 1 into B0, which is equal to 0B. Also, from the above equation, we obtain AB is equal to A0 plus 0 1 into B0. Thus, using the notation I is equal to 0 1, the above gives AB is equal to A plus IB. That is, AB is equal to A plus IB, where I is equal to 0 1. By the commutativity of multiplication, 0 1 into B0 is equal to B0 into 0 1. That is, IB is equal to BI. Hence, one can write A plus BI instead of A plus IB. Hence, we may write AB is equal to A plus IB, which is equal to A plus BI. That is, AB is equal to A plus IB, which is equal to A plus BI. The above discussion allows us to write the set of complex numbers as C is equal to, complex numbers C is equal to, Z is equal to AB, which is equal to A plus IB, where A comma B belongs to R, and the definition of addition and multiplication in terms of the new notation as A plus IB plus C plus ID is equal to A plus IB plus C plus ID, which is equal to A plus C plus I into B plus D, and A plus IB into C plus ID is equal to A plus IB into C plus ID, which is equal to AC minus BD plus I into AD plus BC. Now we have example. We evaluate the product 3 1 into 3 minus 1 as follows. That is, the product 3 1 into 3 minus 1. This we can write it as 3 into 3 minus 1 into minus 1. 1 into minus 1, 3 into minus 1 plus 1 into 3, which is equal to 10 0. Next one, we have to evaluate the product 2 minus 3i into 1 plus I. That is 2 minus 3i, this is first one, this is second one, 2 minus 3i into 1 plus I, which we can write it as 2 into 1, first one, 2 into 1 minus 3, we have minus 3, 2 into 1 minus 3 plus I into 2 into 1 plus minus 3 into 1, which is equal to 5 minus I. Substituting, we have 5 minus I. Third one, we have to find the inverse of 2 minus 3i. That is, third one, finding the inverse of 2 minus 3i. If x plus iy is the inverse of a plus ib is equal to 2 minus 3i, then we can write x is equal to a by a square plus b square, which is equal to, here a is 2 and b is minus 3. So, this is equal to 2 by 2 square plus minus 3 square, which is equal to 2 by 13. Similarly, y is equal to, we have y is equal to minus b by a square plus b square, that is minus b by a square plus b square, which we can write as minus 3 by 2 square plus minus 3 square, which is equal to 3 by 13. So, that inverse of 2 minus 3i is 2 by 13 plus 3 by 13i. That is, inverse of 2 minus 3i is 2 by 13 plus I into 3 by 13. Next, we have quadratic equations with complex coefficients. We now see that a quadratic equation with complex coefficients admits a solution in the complex field. To see this, let a z square plus b z plus c is equal to 0. A z square plus b z plus c is equal to 0, where a, b, c belongs to R, a not equal to 0. The above is written in the form a z square plus bc is equal to minus c, or we can write z square plus b by a z, which is equal to minus c by a. In order to complete the square on LHS, we use x plus y whole square is equal to x square plus 2xy plus y square. Here x is equal to z, 2y is equal to b by a, so y is equal to b by 2a. To complete square, we add b square by 4a square on both sides and get z square, that is z square plus 2 into b by 2a plus into z plus we have b square by 4a square, which is equal to minus c by a plus b square by 4a square, that is adding b square by 4a square on both sides. The above is equivalent to, this is equivalent to, can write z plus b by 2a whole square, which is equal to b square minus 4ac by 4a square, b square minus 4ac by b square, 4a square. Here we have 4a square, which implies z plus b by 2a is equal to z plus b by 2a, which is equal to plus or minus, taking square roots, which is plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 4a square. That is we can write z is equal to what? Z is equal to minus b by 2a minus b by 2a plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac, b square minus 4ac, here we have square root of b square minus 4ac by 4a square, and hence has two solutions, that is minus b by 2a plus square root of plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a, or we can write minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac whole divided by 2a. Next we have order properties that do not hold in complex plane. We know that if a and b are any two real numbers, then either a less than or equal to b or b less than or equal to a. But such an order relation do not hold for complex numbers. For example, if we consider the complex number I and 0, neither I less than or equal to 0 or 0 less than or equal to I, as both will lead to the contradiction minus 1 greater than or equal to 0. Today we defined complex numbers, discussed field axioms of complex numbers, and practiced some examples. Next session we will discuss about Argand planes. So see you next time. Till then, take care.